children. The mother of my children passed away. I have another one that's currently...
Did Britney just drop a major hint about her and Paul? Hold on to your seat, celeb sleuths, because this romance roller coaster might have taken an unexpected turn. Today, we're diving deep into the tangled web of Brittany and Paul's relationship. What's fact? What's fiction? Why should you even care? Here's a hint, everyone's talking about it. But first, don't miss any juicy updates. Hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Let's decode Hollywood's latest enigma together. Britney Spears, known for her chart-topping hits and a roller coaster of a personal life, is once again in the spotlight. And not for a brand new single, but rather a new association that has left many eyebrows raised and tongues wagging. Following her ongoing divorce saga with Sam Asghari, it seems Britney's found solace, albeit in a most unexpected company. Enter Paul Richard Soliz, a man who only a year ago was presumably ensuring Britney's mansion sparkled. His official duties? Housekeeping. We're talking basic chores like cleaning toilets, mopping floors, and ensuring the trash is well managed. But let's hit pause for a moment. Every story has layers, and this one is no exception. A connection between a pop sensation and her former housekeeper might sound like a plot twist straight out of Hollywood, but our sources say this bond runs deeper. It appears that the two share a closeness that's raised a few alarms. A direct quote from an inside source paints a picture: "I'm concerned." Now we might wonder, what is it about Paul that's causing the stir? Page 6 reports that the recruitment of Solis didn't involve the standard background checks. And that, dear viewers, is where things get intriguing. A bit of a dig into Solis's past brings to light multiple charges against his name, some minor and others not so minor, including a felony. So let's dive deep into the past of Paul. Starting in 2014, Paul's tryst with the law began when he was convicted of one count of disturbing the peace. However, that wasn't the only thing causing eyebrows to raise in curiosity. In the very same year, Paul faced the serious charge of child endangerment. The gravity of this situation isn't something to be taken lightly, and fortunately, this charge was later dismissed due to plea negotiations as per court records. While it's easy to speculate about the behind-the-scenes negotiations, we can only go by what's on paper. Fast forward 2 years, 2016 saw Paul back in the courtrooms. This time it was for driving without a license. Now, most of us would consider this a minor hiccup, right? But here's the catch. There was also a separate charge of driving with a suspended license. Yet again, thanks to a plea negotiation, this charge saw its day and was dismissed, according to records which Page 6 has shed light upon. Now, here comes the real twist in the tale. 2022. By this time, sources suggest Paul was working in close quarters with Britney, the pop sensation we've all come to adore over the years. However, the year wasn't going to end quietly for him. December 2022 saw Paul being convicted of something much more serious: felony possession of a firearm. A matter as grave as this certainly isn't just everyday tabloid fodder. Many of us, intrigued by these revelations, would rush to the phones trying to get a comment, a statement, anything. Page 6 was no different. In their quest to bring to light more details, they reached out to the so-called housekeeper, but alas, the calls went unanswered. Well, it's been only about a week since Britney parted ways with Asgari, and in the world of fame and paparazzi, a week can feel like an eternity, especially when accompanied by whispers of new connections. For those of you wondering about the unidentified gentleman Britney's been spotted with during her after-dark escapades for chicken and her recent Starbucks coffee outings, the mystery has been unveiled, and you're right, he is the man we're talking about, Paul Richard Soliz. Now, as the rumor mill never stops churning, murmurs have arisen suggesting that during Britney's year-long matrimony with Asgari, there may have been some infidelity on her part, allegedly and accused being the operative words here, because there's a significant void of confirmed evidence. We, as of now, haven't been able to substantiate these claims, making us all ponder, is it all just a storm in a teacup, or is there fire beneath that smoke? Amid the spotlight, the intrigue continues. Recent whispers suggest that during this tumultuous chapter in Britney's life, she's taken a step back, choosing solitude over the bustling entourage that once surrounded her. Britney's currently in a space where only a handful of individuals have access to her inner thoughts. Among the select few are her legal team, her manager, and occasionally her older brother, Britney Spears. As our insiders put it, Brian has been more than just a sibling recently. He's been an anchor, staying over and helping her alongside a therapist. But wait, there's more. If you're a fan of celebrity tales and juicy news, here's something you shouldn't miss. Keep tabs on all the delicious celebrity drama with Celebrity Pop. Hit that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on those notifications. Alright, back to Britney. Now, history has shown that Spears' circle of trust isn't always impenetrable. After her break from Kevin Federline in 2006, the father of her 2 children, certain figures emerged, seemingly out of the blue, to occupy significant spaces in her life. One such individual was a gentleman who introduced himself as the circus singer's ex-manager, Sam Lufty. Their association raised more than just eyebrows. In 2008, following legal moves to place Britney under a conservatorship, a restraining order was granted against Lufty. The reason? Allegations flew thick and fast that he had drugged and verbally mistreated the pop sensation. Back in 2019, the narrative thickened when Britney's family alleged that her ex-manager had not only been bombarding them with harassing texts, but had also taken to social media to discredit them. A pretty bold move, if you ask me. However, in the spirit of fairness, it's essential to mention that the said ex-manager, Lufty, has wholly denied any misconduct on his part. Now, we tried getting a word from Page 6 on this matter. They reached out to Asgari wanting to know his thoughts on Britney's new companion. But alas, the reps prefer to stay mum. Maybe they're adhering to the old saying, silence speaks volumes. We'll let you speculate on that. In the midst of all this, there's the family business actor who's candidly shared his thoughts post the split. His choice of words? Shit happens. Post this declaration, he's moved into a luxurious high-rise in LA. But it's not all views and introspection. The lawyers are hard at work. Because while heartbreak might be unpredictable, the couple's prenup is described as ironclad. But then there's another twist. An intriguing source told Page 6 that Spears and Solis are not dating. Yet, despite this claim, another insider persists that the two are still very much together. As if the plot couldn't thicken any further, a source spoke out to the Daily Mail mentioning Spears only began her association with Solis post her split from Asgari. According to insider information from a reputed outlet, the duo's relationship was nothing more than a short fling. These sources suggest that the two have parted ways and currently maintain no communication. A swift beginning and an even quicker end, perhaps. But let's not be too quick to draw conclusions. As with all stories, there's another layer to this tale. While some might assume their silence signifies the end, an intriguing theory offers a very different perspective. One of our reliable sources speculates that the absence of Brittany and Paul's public appearances might be due to Spears' recent trip to Mexico. Solis's ability to travel outside the US may be restricted, potentially because of unresolved legal issues. Now, isn't that a plot twist? Also, Britney was sunning herself in Cabo while Solis, he was slated to appear in court. This man was facing allegations of a probation violation. Outside the courthouse, when asked about Spears, Solis's admiration for her was very clear. Labeling Spears a phenomenal woman, he further added, "She's very, very positive. She's genuinely a good person." Sweet words, but he was a bit tight-lipped when it came to the details of their relationship. Tease much? Now, where does this leave Asgari? Good question. He's been occupying himself by standing in solidarity with his fellow actors amidst the SAG-AFTRA strike. So while Spears and Solis are getting their coffee fix, Asgari seems to be sipping on some protest tea. However, let's not forget, it was only in August when Asgari took a step to officially end his marital ties with Spears. Irreconcilable differences. Classic Hollywood, isn't it? Alright, before we pack up, here's a quick tidbit for all of you. Stay plugged in with Celebrity Pop. Give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and flick on those notifications. Jump aboard this glam train, we're dishing out the sauciest scoops together.